with hello. I'm reacting to top 2 SCPs. Oh nice. The top two SCPs that will destroy the world. Great. I just want to get to see a couple SCPs. Not just one, okay? Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And I'll have their channel in the description below. So let's take a look at this.
The professor then felt uneasy and quickly instructed his assistant to pull the personnel out of the water. But he continued saying, "And now he swallowed it. Damn, that's gonna haunt my dreams. Wait, it stopped moving. I think it sees me. Oh God, it's looking right at me." Hello everybody, I'm the Rubber. Today we bring you SCP Foundation Euclid Class Object SCP-1128. SCP-1128, also known as the Aquatic Horror, is an entity that manifests as a massive aquatic predator to anyone given a full description of the being's appearance. 28, also known as the Aquatic Horror, is an entity that manifests.
Yeah, this is gonna be the... That's gonna be the thumbnail.
As a massive aquatic predator to anyone given a full description of the being's appearance, through either spoken and written descriptions or visual depictions of the being. Victims infected by 1128 will initiate a full description of the being's appearance, through either spoken and written descriptions or visual depictions of the being. Victims infected by 1128 will initially exhibit no abnormal behavior, though some cases show a general aversion to activities involving bodily immersion in water, such as bathing or swimming. If victim ever be fully immersed in water, they will disappear completely under the surface of the water, regardless of the water's actual depth. In most cases, victims will reappear moments later in a panicked state and frantically try to leave the water, while in some other cases, the water will become polluted with blood and debris, confirmed to be the remains of the victim. Victims that have reappeared intact claim that they were transported to a vast ocean, where they are pursued by 1128. Interviews with these individuals carry some risk of further 1128 contamination, as descriptions of the being's appearance trigger further infections. Depends how far along the infection is. At first, it requires full submersion, but over time, it'll take less and less water until you could step in a puddle and fall in. 1128 infection can be treated with Class C amnestics, as it appears memory of the entity or descriptions of it are required for its anomalous properties to take effect. Testing with infected D-Class have shown that wireless communication devices function normally when used by submerged victims affected by SCP-1128. In an experiment, a D-Class personnel was instructed to read from a small pamphlet describing 1128's appearance. Then he was outfitted with diving gears, which has a wireless communication device to allow contact between himself and a professor from the Foundation. He was then lowered into a large tub of water via winch and cable.
It's that time of year again.
I'm in the ad.
Hey, buddy. You leading Lent on Hallow this year?
You bet, brother. Stay prayed up.
Yeah, you...
Via winch and cable. As soon as he hits the bottom of the tub, he told the professor that it looks like he had landed in a patch of seaweed. He started moving around, and suddenly he saw the scariest thing. The professor refrained him from describing it any further, but wants to know what that thing was doing. "What is it doing?" the professor asked. The personnel replied, "Nothing right now, it's just swimming along. I think it's got something in its mouth." "Is that a whale?" "Holy crap, it is. It's eating a whale. Oh God, look at those teeth." The professor then felt uneasy and quickly instructed his assistant to pull the personnel out of the water. But he continued saying, "And now he swallowed it. Damn, that's gonna haunt my dreams." Wait, it's stopped moving. I think it sees me. Oh God, it's looking right at me.
Yeah.
It's headed this way. Oh God, help me. After a few seconds of hysterical and spouting gibberish, the feed cuts to static. The winch was retracting at full speed when the cable went taut, wresting the winch from its mounting. Cable then went slack, and water became polluted with blood, confirmed to be that of the personnel. No further remains or equipment were recovered. Interview log and relevant documents were edited for vectors, and all staff present were treated with Class C amnestics. Tracking devices affixed to D-Class personnel used in SCP-1128 experiments reveal that submerged victims are transported to an ocean. After this discovery, one of the doctors asked, "That's where we've been sending those D-Class? How does a short-range wireless communicator get such a clear signal from that far away?" Mobile Containment Force MCF Kappa 12 Sea Devils has been assigned to keep unauthorized seafaring vessels out of this area at all costs. MCF Sea Devils has been assigned to intercept and redirect any and all water traffic that passes through their designated patrol area by any means necessary. In one of the testing involving D-Class personnel, D-1732, who had been used for repeated 1128 testing without administration of amnestics, was shown to be able to encounter 1128 in bodies of water normally insufficient for bodily immersion. This effect became more drastic over time, with D-1732 developing progressively stronger hydrophobic tendencies, claiming to see 1128 from outside almost any body of water encountered by the subject. Days after initial exposure, D-1732 was violently pulled into a glass of water. Unfortunately, no remains were recovered from the incident. Staff witnessing the event were found to be infected by 1128 and administered Class C amnestics. Containment procedures were then updated to include videos and descriptions of this event, and testing involving extended infection of D-Class was terminated. According to Experiment Log A2, a D-Class was equipped with scuba gear and exposed to 1128, placed into a standard protective shark cage and lowered into water. There was no response for a few seconds. Then the line went taut and was severed at a point beneath the water. Remains of the D-Class as well as jagged steel fragments, presumably remnants of the cage, surfaced shortly afterward. In the next experiment, Experiment Log A3, the same result occurred. A few hours later, MCF Sea Devils reported to have found an intact shark cage, floating beneath the surface of patrol area near one of their vessels. Item was retrieved and confirmed to match description of cage used in Experiment A3. Cage was undamaged, but found traces of human DNA and feces of indeterminate origin. No further remains of D-Class found. In another experiment, unlike previous tests, the exposed D-Class was equipped with diving gear, armed with a weapon for use against hostile organisms, and was also equipped with a live feed video camera attached to his helmet. Video feed shows that the weapon was ineffective against 1128, appearing only to enrage the creature rather than harm it considerably or drive it away. Feed was lost when D-Class was devoured. The staffs involved were treated with amnestics following transcription of video feed. In an experiment to test 1128 manifestation in liquids other than water, an exposed D-Class equipped with protective environment suit and video feed was lowered into a vat of substance. This substance was chosen for its low density, allowing free movement similar to walking in open air. Incredibly, the D-Class recovered without any incident. The liquid did not trigger 1128's effect. Although you might be safe from 1128 in liquids other than water, but that probably won't help you much unless you intend to drink and bathe in exotic chemicals for the rest of your life, which probably would get a lot shorter if you tried that. Written descriptions and imagery of SCP-1128's appearance or videos of the entity found outside the Foundation are to be destroyed, and Class C amnestics are to be administered to anyone exposed to such information or showing signs of 1128 contamination. A written description of the entity's appearance is to be kept at site for experimental purposes only, and is not to be read by anyone other than D-Class used for testing. If exposed, staff are to report immediately for administration of Class C amnestics. With the
No.
implementation of this procedure, if exposed, staff are to report immediately for administration of Class C amnestics.
SCP-231. Okay. Let's see what this one is.
With the implementation of this procedure, the suffering of 2317 can prevent an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario. For this reason, putting the poor girl out of her misery is not an option. Under no circumstances are narcotics, anesthesia, or other unapproved medications to be administered to 2317. She must be aware of what is going on for 110 Montauk to work. Hello everybody, I'm the Rubber. Today, we bring you an SCP Foundation Keter Class Object, SCP-231. SCP-231, also known as Special Personnel Requirements, is one of the classic items in the SCP Foundation series. 231 are 7 pregnant females, and whenever either one of them gives birth, a disaster will occur. SCP-231 1-7 was discovered after police searched a warehouse held by an organization named Children of the Scarlet King. 24 hours after being rescued, the first female, 2311, began to produce labor pain and give birth to an SCP, resulting in an incident that caused more than 100 casualties. Foundation personnel immediately took possession of remaining SCPs 2312-7 and, based on notebooks recovered from the cult, instituted Procedure 110 Montauk to prevent future occurrences. As to what kind of 110 Montauk procedure is, it has not been clearly specified in the document for the time being. But in the documents mentioned in Appendix 231B, the 110 Montauk procedure is not only terrible, but also causes severe pain and involves some kind of brutal behavior. All personnel assigned to 2317 must rotate out for 1 month of psychological counseling after 2 months on site. And all personnel assigned to SCP-231 will be transported to 231's containment blindfolded from Site 19 by a route including no fewer than 7 different forms of transportation, including but not limited to aircraft, automobile, underground tunnel, and others. Removal of the blindfold during the transport process is grounds for immediate termination. According to the Foundation, either an attempt to remove an SCP fetus or a mother's death will result in a catastrophic event. Now 6 of them have died, and only SCP-2317 is left. 2311 was killed during initial recovery operations while giving birth to an SCP. 2312 was killed while attempting to remove a second SCP fetus, immediately resulted in an incident. 2313 self-terminated following a prolonged period of distress caused by the implementation of Procedure 110 Montauk. The delivered SCP immediately led to an incident. 2314 was treated with SCP-500 that claims to cure the subject of all diseases. Despite the successful expulsion of all parts of the produced SCP, the excreted residue immediately underwent an event, causing numerous casualties, including 2314 herself. Due to the improper execution of the 110 Montauk procedure, 2315 gave birth to an SCP 1 hour later, which immediately underwent an event. Recruitment standards for D-Class personnel have since been modified to minimize the possibility of a second improper 110 Montauk procedure. 2316 died in an escape attempt inspired and assisted by an agent who had been exhibiting heightened stress levels due to prolonged exposure to 231 and attempted to use a said weapon to rescue 2316 and 2317. Both the agent and 2316 were killed in the resulting firefight. The fetus of 2316's then underwent another event. In the wake of this incident, 05 level personnel voted by unanimous decision to amend personnel policies. As of SCP-2317, she was successfully contained at the site. Following the repeated attempts to escape and commit suicide, as well as failure to contain 2311-6, 2317's containment procedures have been more stringent. 2317 is contained in a soundproofed containment cell and is always to be kept restrained to a hospital bed. 2317 is always to be kept confined to the bed, except during the 110 Montauk procedure. Hydration will be provided through an IV drip. Feeding will be carried out twice per day through a feeding tube by approved medical personnel who have not taken the Hippocratic Oath. Procedure 110 Montauk is to be carried out at least once every 24 hours by Class D personnel. During procedure 110 Montauk, at least one security clearance for 231 personnel must always monitor the procedure by a camera. Following the procedure, all Class D personnel must return to their holding cells or explosive collars will be detonated.
Great.
With the implementation of the 110
Whose idea was to make those collars? Oh god, no. This is why. Oh yeah. Actually, no, at this point, yeah, I should know better. At the SCP Foundation, it's random. Oh no. This is great. This part of explosive collar.
Montauk procedure, the suffering of 2317 can prevent an XK class end of the world scenario. For this reason, putting the poor girl out of her misery is not an option. Under no circumstances are narcotics, anesthesia, or other unapproved medications to be administered to 2317. She must be aware of what is going on for 110 Montauk to work. To this end, the Foundation will even amnesiac 2317 after a few implementations to obtain a better effect. Personnel who express sympathy towards 2317's plight or express a desire to rescue or sympathize with 2317 will be transferred to another project without delay. Any actual rescue attempts will be met with immediate termination.
Hi.
Due to the drop in staff morale, 05 level personnel has stated that not everyone who's worked on 231 is terminated upon leaving the project. However, personnel who have been assigned to SCP-231 are allowed to take a Class A amnesiac before leaving the project if so desired. False memories are then implanted.
Oh, great. That was top 2 world endings SCPs. Great. Bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And then I'll react to Sunday now. And I know it's been a while since I did a reaction, but yeah. I have at this point, I have about 47 or 50 different playlists on the channel. So it's going to be a pain to keep track of all 50 of them on one channel. But anyway, enough yapping. Bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And I'll react to Sunday now. Bye. And I'll be back in 10 seconds.